Hello, it's Stephanie Shackelford. Some of you may have noticed in the previous video that I did that my hair is shorter than it was in the first two videos. I got a haircut. I like it. It was beginning to look a little scraggly. I liked that it was getting longer again. I used to have long hair all the time, and then as it started getting gray and thinner and less manageable, or I just had to relearn how to manage my hair because it was changing as I changed. I started wearing it short most of the time. And I did enjoy it getting longer, but it was starting to look scraggly, so we cut it again. Or, well, I had it cut. I didn't do the cutting. So today, I want to talk about this pine cone, or pine cone in general. A very dear friend of mine gave me this pine cone several years ago, and I think she just gave it to me because it was a pretty necklace. I don't think she gave it to me because of the symbolism, but me being me, I looked up the symbolism and realized that it had layers of symbolism, and I don't remember I don't remember which of those layers that I landed on when she gave it to me. I just remember that it mattered more to me because of the symbolism. And some of the symbolism was spiritual, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I learned when I refreshed my memory on the symbolism. So apparently this pine cone looks very similar to and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, the pineal gland in the brain. It's a little tiny in the middle of the brain, and it interprets the lights from the eyes, and it also regulates I think it's just the hormone melatonin. I think that's what it said. But, oh, it's on the other screen. That's why I have two tabs. Well, I have many more tabs than that open, but I have two tabs for this information open, and that was on the other ones. Yes, it was the melatonin. It regulates the melatonin. So it has those two functions, the pineal gland, and because it's located deep into the brain, philosophers have called it and because it interprets the information that you get from your eyes to your brain, so you understand what you're seeing. Because of that, philosophers have called it the third eye, and it holds spiritual significance. Let's go to the second tab that I had. And it often symbolizes spiritual awakening, in inner vision, and expanded consciousness. And so that spoke to me, that idea that and if I'm starting to remember some of what I thought when I did the original research, however many years ago, 5, 6, 8, something like that, I don't remember exactly, that idea of continually growing spiritually and morally, ethically, mentally, emotionally, just that continual growth. That is what spoke to me, along with other things. There probably was a lot more that I'm not remembering, but that's coming back to my memory. The thing that connected with me this time when I refreshed what I had learned was the fact that pine cones, and I don't know if it's all pine cones or just certain pine cones, but the seeds are in the pine cone and they're protected. But when there's like a forest fire, the the pine cone falls to the ground, of course, but the seeds are protected in the cone. and they sprout and build the new forest. And that symbolizes so much in my life. And if my friend had given it to me for a reason, that may have been it. Like I said, she didn't tell me, she just gave me a gift, but that would have been it, because my life at one point was totally burned down. At least it felt like it. And I had to rebuild. And in some ways, I'm still rebuilding. I'm still recovering from that, although I've come out better, I think. And maybe not better, just strong. Well, I think better. I think it's okay to say that. But definitely stronger and more aware of who I am, and unwilling to diminish myself for someone else in order to make a connection with someone else. Yes, I am very adaptable. If you've ever done Clifton Strengths and know that there's 34 strengths that are listed, and my number 2 strength is adaptability. So I'm very adaptable. I can get along with just about anyone, and it doesn't really matter. I like a lot of change. So in that way, I can accommodate those around me. But I have become very secure in who I am, and the fact that there are some core parts of me that will not adapt to someone else's. There are certain lines, and that has developed because of the fire that I went through in my life. It was there before, the seeds were there anyway. I didn't lose myself completely in all of that, as that was all that was going on, because of who I am. But I was very much almost destroyed, and those around me suffered also because of my lack of strength. So this pine cone is very important to me. I don't wear it very often. I don't wear jewelry very often, but occasionally I will wear something where it fits just perfect, like this shirt. And I'll remember that I have it, and I'll put it on, and I'll remember the friend that gave it to me and appreciate it again. And I did that today, and so I decided I wanted to share it with whoever out there is listening. And I hope that it encourages you that if you're going through a firestorm of your own in your life, or you have, and things that you have love and care deeply about have been destroyed or damaged, I hope that you can find the seeds that will not necessarily rebuild what you had or what you lost, but will rebuild something stronger and newer and fresher and more vibrant for you, more perfect for you. So remember the pine cone.